This is ABC 15 News Taking Action.
Tension and anxiety clearly really high for so many people after the recent shootings in El Paso and also in Dayton. It is tough to feel safe right now for a lot of us, just out doing everyday things. So coming up in this half hour, we will sit down with a doctor to talk about ways empathy and healing around these recent events can coexist with happiness and how to start those conversations. And then finding happiness in the wake of tragedy. Sadly, it is something many people are struggling with right now. We sit down with a doctor sharing ways to help. We don't have to tell you this, you already know. The past, well, little more than a week or so has been really tough after these mass shootings in El Paso and also in Dayton. And tragedies like this can really feel overwhelming. They can be tough to deal with. I think a lot of us are struggling right now because we really want to find happiness, even for those of us who were not in El Paso or also in Ohio. So we have Dr. Wayne Pernell here joining us to talk about how empathy and happiness can coexist. We know, unfortunately, it's part of real life, but we can choose happiness.
We can step into it at any point.
Okay, and we're going to get to your book and talk about that in a moment.
Thanks.
But finding that balance, you know, when we see these images on television, when we hear about it, how do we do that?
Well, the good news is it's possible to have empathy as a really happy, positive human. We can have empathy. We can feel for the pain of others without having to necessarily take it on. That means we open ourselves to the small stuff. What's going right in our lives? What's making our day-to-day just that bit better? And
you say we can get there fairly easily if we just know where to go in our minds. If the mind can go there, we can get there, you say.
That's exactly right. We can get there by doing a few simple tips and tricks, really. I mean,
okay.
We can open to that.
And you've got 5 of them, and I love this because I always think, you know, fake it till you make it, and you'll get there, especially when it comes to happiness. And first you say there's posture.
Sure, yeah. So it's fake it till you actually feel it. It's,
I like that.
Right? It's because we grow into it. Now, posture is the first tip. What do most of us do when we're feeling bad? We hunch down. What do most of us do when we're at our desks? We hunch over. What do most of us do when we're on our phones? We hunch down. Your lungs collapse. You can't breathe when you're in this hunched position. So the first step really is posture. Sit up that bit straighter. Stand up straight when you're standing. Roll your shoulders back. Allow yourself that full breath and watch what happens when you actually oxygenate, when you actually get good airflow into your body.
I wonder how many people who are with us right now
just set up that bit straighter. Exactly.
That's
exactly right.
After that, you say smile.
Yes. So here's the thing, right? You could smile that it's prom picture smile, or you can actually feel something as if you're talking to your best friend and just smile. Just feel
think of a good memory, something that makes you feel good. You also say look up.
Look up. Now that's one where it's like, oh, are things looking up? No, you've got to physically look up. Look, it's hard to look at your shoes and go, I feel great today. You can't. Look up. Look at the tree line. Look at where the wall meets the ceiling, and physically look up.
That does make you feel better.
It does.
That's interesting.
It's a physiological trick, and just seriously look up and watch and feel what happens.
One of the things you say is reset your self-talk, and that's just saying good things to yourself about you. I always say I wouldn't want a friend that talked to me the way I talk to myself sometimes, which is a great tip. And lastly, you say gratitude. Have an attitude of gratitude.
Yes. So the thing about reset is that why would we let a bully talk to us badly, right? So reset is a way of making that happen. Reset interrupts. And then gratitude, it's the small things. Sometimes it's, wow, I actually have a chair to sit in. Wow, I actually have
the eyes to see this day.
Exactly.
And I can smell fresh air. And if you start there, it really can progressively get better. Thanks for being here today.
What a pleasure.
We appreciate your time, your book, Choosing Your Power.
Choosing Your Power.
Owning
Step
it,
in
right?
every day.
We'll be right back.
Thanks, Kelly.